Some pains are loud. But the worst ones? They enter your life with a smile. Hello family, before we start this intriguing story, we would like you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified once we drop new story. Also comment the time you are watching this and country you are watching from. The sun danced across Amara's face as she left the university gate, her heart pounding with pride. She had just defended her final year law project, and nailed it. Years of sacrifice had led to this one perfect moment. Her cheeks hurt from smiling. As she boarded a Kiki Nepep, her mind raced. Leon would be so proud of me. He had promised to take her out to celebrate. He had supported her through school, prayed with her, loved her. He even gave her a ring last December. Her fiancé. Her future. She decided to surprise him. Cake in hand. No calls. No text. Just joy. But as she stepped into Leon's apartment, holding the cake with shaky excitement, what she saw broke her completely. Leon, she called out softly, pushing the door open. At first, all she saw was movement. Then skin. Then her best friend, Tosha, curled against Leon on the couch, wrapped in nothing but a bedsheet. Their laughter stopped. Her cake fell. Her world collapsed. Leon sat up, eyes wide. Amara, wait, this isn't. Let me explain. Tosha stammered, scrambling for her dress. But Amara said nothing. Her eyes were glassy. Her lips trembled. She turned, slowly, calmly, and walked out. No shouting. No tears. Just silence. That silence screamed louder than any slap. 2 hours later, Amara sat alone at the Velvet Spot, a quiet lounge nestled in the city. She hadn't spoken to anyone. She hadn't cried. Her soul just floated, numb. She swallowed the drink in her glass, eyes lost in the low amber lights. It was there that Derrick saw her, a woman with fire in her eyes, but no light in her soul. Mind if I sit? He asked politely. She shrugged. He introduced himself. She barely replied. But something about his presence calmed her. Maybe it was his voice. Maybe it was his silence. They sat there, two strangers, exchanging little words but heavy glances. As minutes turned to hours, Amara spoke. Slowly. About school. About betrayal. About Tosha. About Leon. Derrick listened. Not to judge, just to understand. Then, out of nowhere, Amara whispered. I want to feel something. Anything. Do you want me? Derrick was startled. What? I want you to take my virginity. He stared at her. You're hurting. This is not the way. But Amara was determined. Let me decide what I do with my pain. He hesitated, then nodded. By morning, Derrick awoke to find the hotel room empty. No note. No goodbye. Just the faint smell of perfume on the pillow beside him. He looked around, confused. His chest ached in a strange way. Who was she? Meanwhile, Amara returned home before sunrise. She dropped her bag, locked herself in her room, and cried till her body gave up. She wasn't just heartbroken. She was lost. It had been 2 weeks. 2 long weeks since that night. Amara avoided calls. She barely ate. Her mother noticed the change, but Amara blamed it on project stress. Deep down, she knew what she was running from wasn't just heartbreak, it was the memory of that night. She didn't know Derrick's last name. Didn't know where he lived. Just the way his hands felt safe, and how his eyes didn't judge her. But peace was far away. Every morning came with heavy eyes and a heart that couldn't breathe right. It was on a Tuesday morning that everything crashed again. Amara had barely taken 3 steps out of bed when she collapsed. Dizzy. Breathless. Her mother rushed in. Amara. What is it? Talk to me. Amara blinked, dazed. I don't know. I just feel tired. And I keep throwing up. Her mother's face changed. You're vomiting. Yes. Since last week. I thought it was ulcer or something. Mama didn't waste time. That afternoon, they visited the family clinic. And the doctor came back with a sentence that shattered the room. Congratulations. She's 6 weeks pregnant. The house was quiet at first. Until her mother's voice cracked through the silence. Pregnant. Amara. Whose child? You've never even slept with Leon, did you lie to me? I didn't lie, Amara whispered, shaking. Then who? Her mother screamed. Tears poured. Amara sank to her knees. I made a mistake, Mama. I slept with someone. One time. I don't even know his full name. Her mother stared at her like she didn't know her anymore. Then she did the unthinkable, she slapped her. You've brought shame upon this family. Do you even understand what you've done? Later that night, Amara sat alone in her room when her phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. It read. So I heard you're pregnant. Did Leon forgive you already? Or is this your rebound baby? Tosha. Amara's heart burned. Tosha. The one who ruined her. The one who stole her man. And now, mocking her. She wanted to reply. But what would she say? That she had broken her own soul just to feel whole. Instead, she deleted the message. But something clicked inside her, this pain wasn't going to break her. Not this time. The next evening, her grandmother arrived. Mama had called her, thinking she would scold Amara. But Mama was wrong. Grandma held Amara's hands gently. You made a mistake, yes. But you're still my child. This baby is not a curse. It's a life. Amara broke down in her arms. I don't even know where to find him, Grandma. Then find your strength. Raise your head. And raise this child. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. That night, Amara didn't cry herself to sleep. She just stared at the ceiling, hand over her stomach, whispering, I'll be better. For you. Time doesn't heal all wounds. Some just learn how to smile while bleeding. It had been 5 years. Amara was no longer the broken girl who cried on her grandmother's lap. Now, she was Barrister Amara Akena, smart, respected, and fierce in the courtroom. But her proudest title wasn't the one on her office door. It was Mommy. Her daughter, Zora, was 5 years old. Bright eyes. Loud laugh. And a tiny, flame-shaped birthmark on her right arm, just like the man Amara tried hard to forget. Every day, Zora asked questions like, Mommy, why don't I have a daddy? Where is he? Did he travel to the moon? Amara would smile and say, he's a kind man. Maybe someday, you meet him. But deep down, she feared that day would never come. Amara worked at a big law firm in the city. One morning, she had to bring Zora to work because her nanny was sick. Zora, stay in the waiting room. Mommy won't be long, she said, handing her a coloring book and juice. Zora smiled. Okay, Mommy. Meanwhile, a man walked into the firm for a consultation. Tall, confident, but with gentle eyes, he looked like someone who had seen both pain and healing. His name? Derrick Owolabi. He had just returned from the UK after 5 years. Now a successful entrepreneur, he came seeking legal advice for a new company project. As Derrick waited in the lounge, he heard a small giggle beside him. Zora. Hi, she chopped, swinging her legs. Derrick smiled. Hey there. What's your name? Zora. I'm 5. I'm here with my mommy. She's a lawyer. Who are you? He chuckled. I'm Derrick. Then he noticed it. The birthmark. Right there on her right arm, shaped just like his. His smile faded. His heart raced. He blinked. No. It couldn't be. Could it? Amara walked out of her meeting and stopped cold. She saw him. Derrick. The man from that night. The man whose name haunted her thoughts whenever Zora asked about her father. Her heart thundered in her chest. He stood up slowly, eyes fixed on hers, then back at Zora. Amara. She nodded stiffly, unsure what to say. His voice cracked. Is she mine? Tears welled in Amara's eyes. She grabbed Zora's hand. We need to talk, she whispered. They sat in a quiet corner of the cafe near the office. I didn't plan it, Amara said, hands trembling around her cup. You woke up, and I was gone. I didn't know how to find you. I thought about you often, Derrick said. I never thought that night would lead to this. She's yours, Amara whispered. Her name is Zora. Derrick stared out the window. 5 years. I missed 5 years of my daughter's life. Silence hung heavy between them. Then he asked, do you want me in her life? Amara looked up. I don't know what I want. I just know I didn't raise her to need a father, but now she's asking for one. Back at home that night, Zora toured around the living room. Mommy, that man was nice. His eyes are like mine. Amara swallowed hard. Yes, they are. Will he come again? I think, yes, baby. He might. Zora clapped, excited. Maybe he'll bring chocolate. Amara smiled faintly, but her heart was spinning. She had built a new life. A solid one. But was the past coming back to complete it, or destroy it? What do you do when the past you buried walks into your present, and wants to stay? The next day, Derrick couldn't concentrate. His mind kept flashing back to Zora's eyes, her laugh, her birthmark. She was his. There was no doubt. He called Amara. Can we meet again? Just the two of us. Amara hesitated. She had built a wall around her heart, but Derrick's voice cracked through it. Okay. But not near Zora, she said. This isn't a fairy tale. She's not a prize to win. They met at a quiet park that evening. Derrick came with a simple request. I want to be part of her life. Not because I feel guilty. But because I love her. I don't even know her fully, but I love her. Amara sighed. She's all I have. I'm scared of letting anyone in, and then watching them leave. Derrick looked at her with steady eyes. I left because I didn't know. But now that I do, I'm not going anywhere. That same night, as Amara tucked Zora into bed, a knock sounded at the door. It was Tosha. Amara's former best friend. The very one who destroyed everything. Amara opened the door, stunned. Tosha looked worn out. Skinny. Broken. Please. I need to talk, she whispered. Amara didn't want to hear it. But something in Tosha's eyes made her pause. Inside the house, Tosha dropped a bombshell. Leon is missing. I think he's in danger, and he's blaming you. Amara's eyes widened. Me? Yes, Tosha said, sobbing. He's convinced you caused him. He started drinking after you left, he lost his job, everything fell apart. I haven't spoken to Leon in 5 years. Amara snapped. He broke me. I moved on. I know. But he hasn't, Tosha whispered. He's looking for you. Later that night, Amara sat in the dark, heart pounding. She hadn't thought about Leon in years. But now, he was back. And bitter. She looked at Zora, asleep with her teddy bear, and made a silent promise. I won't let anyone touch you. Not him. Not the past. She picked up her phone and dialed. Derrick, I think I need your help. Derrick arrived the next morning. He brought breakfast and quiet strength. When Amara told him about Leon, he clenched his jaw. If he tries anything, he'll have to go through me. For the first time in a long while, Amara felt safe. They spent the day together, walking with Zora in the park, laughing over ice cream. Zora held both their hands and skipped between them. Derrick couldn't stop smiling. This feels right, he said. But in the shadows, someone was watching. In a rundown apartment, Leon paced. His eyes were red. His hair unkempt. His life, a mess. He slammed the newspaper on the table. Barrister Amara Ikena wins major child rights case. He cursed loudly. She's happy. After what she did to me. Beside the paper was a photo of Amara walking with a child and a man. Leon's eyes narrowed. That man will regret touching what was mine. He picked up his phone and made a call. I found her. Let's make her pay. Amara tucked Zora in again that night, but something felt off. She stared out the window, heart racing. Something was coming. Something dark. She turned to Derrick, who had stayed back to check on her. Do you believe in second chances? She asked. He smiled softly. I do. Because sometimes, they are only shot at happiness. They sat in silence, side by side, unaware that danger was creeping closer. The next morning started like any other. Birds chirped outside Amara's window. Zora was giggling in the living room as Derrick braided her hair, clumsily but lovingly. Amara stepped into the room, smiling. For a moment, it felt like a real family. But her smile faded when she noticed something on the floor. A folded note slipped under the door. She picked it up and read the messy handwriting. You can't hide her from me. Payback is close. Her hands trembled. Derrick stood and took the paper. He's here, he said. Amara didn't go to work that day. Neither did Derrick. They stayed alert, windows locked, curtains drawn. Derrick had a friend in the police who promised to check in regularly. But the real twist came in the evening, when Zara went missing. Amara had only left the room for a few minutes. The door wasn't broken. No noise. Just silence. Panic exploded. Zora. Derrick ran to the gate. The security man was gone. Then they saw it, a small shoe lying by the side of the road. Amara dropped to her knees. Not my baby. Please God. Not again. Zora woke up in a dusty room, scared but calm. A strange man paced in front of her, muttering angrily. You look just like her, he spat. Her face, her eyes. You ruined my life. And now she thinks she can be happy without me. Zora looked at him quietly. Then she said something unexpected. My mommy says broken people sometimes try to break others. Are you broken? Leon stopped. That tiny voice, calm and wise, shook him more than any police threat. He stared at her. What did you say? She says angry people need hugs more than punishment, Zora replied softly. Tears filled Leon's eyes, and he turned away. Meanwhile, Derrick and the police were tracing phone signals and camera footage. After hours of tension, they tracked Leon to an abandoned warehouse. They stormed the place. Leon didn't resist. He just sat in a corner, crying, while Zora ran into Derrick's arms. Amara arrived moments later, breathless and wide-eyed. Mommy! Zora shouted. They all held each other tightly. No words, just raw, overwhelming relief. Leon was arrested but later placed in a psychiatric facility. His downfall was complete. Amara returned home that night, quiet. Derrick sat beside her. He could have hurt her, she whispered. But he didn't, Derrick replied. Maybe a part of him still wanted to be saved. Amara nodded slowly. You stayed, Derrick. You chose us. Even when you didn't have to. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small ring, nothing flashy, just simple gold. I'm not asking for a perfect life. I'm just asking for a chance. For us. Amara smiled, eyes full of tears. I say yes. Zora peeked from the hallway. Does this mean I get a new daddy for real? They all laughed. 1 year later. Zora stood between Derrick and Amara in a courtroom gallery, watching her mother win another major case. She clapped proudly. That's my mommy. Derrick leaned down. And you are a miracle. As they walked out into the sunshine, the wind carried a quiet peace. The past was behind them. The future was theirs to build. Moral lesson. Sometimes, the worst heartbreaks lead us to the best beginnings. Life may not go the way we planned, but even broken roads can lead to beautiful destinations, if we don't let pain make us bitter. Forgiveness, second chances, and love can grow from the ashes of betrayal.